Hi, Kareeb here. Quick question. Do you know what a dog and an Oompa Loompa are? Or was it Danganronpa? I can't remember. Anyway, thing is, I've been talking about this certain game to my friends for quite a long time, yet I have no idea what it is. All I've heard were two things, dog and Oompa Loompa. And I was gonna go to the park, but after a certain car accident happened, apparently, all the dogs went extinct. That or the park just turned into a radioactive wasteland. Anyway, whatever. So, yeah, I don't really know how I could possibly try to find what Dog and Oompa Loompa is. Unless. So, after thinking about it for about like 10 minutes, I decided that apparently the best solution is to look it up online and just see what could possibly be. The okay. Trigger Happy Havoc Danganronpa Talking Oompa Loompa Danganronpa. Oh, so that's what they meant. They meant this wiki page.
So, as you can tell by my dumbfounded reaction, yeah, I don't have a clear idea about what this Danganronpa is, or at least until now. But after going a little bit through the wiki, I decided to give a personal impression, if you will, into the first ever game in the series, Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Now I have to put an emphasis on impression because I did what most people would have probably done. I never played the game. And, a lot of the opinions, certain jokes, and pretty much this entire video can be indeed considered satire, because once again, I never played the game. How do you expect me to make an opinion about something that I've never even experienced? So, if I say something wrong, like maybe something, I don't know, correct me because I am human. I swear, because I'm totally human. All right, I didn't come from UFOs. All right, my home planet is not Titan. Okay, we got that. All right. So where do we begin? Danganronpa as a series is a Japanese anime visual novel franchise created by Kazutaka Kodaka, a game designer and writer. In fact, this franchise has not just video games, but an anime series, manga, and even novels and stage play adaptations of the game. Of course, I'm getting a majority of this information from the Danganronpa wiki, so for all I know, this could all be fake. Okay, at least for now, I know what the basic story of this game is, so wait a minute. Oh, so they happen to have a Steam page of this game. Well, don't mind if I...
How do you expect me to buy this? Like how? This game costs $8. I only have 2 cents times 100. But whatever. I can't buy this. I just can't. I just can't. There's no way for me to buy this. This is $8 for a game, and I only have 2 cents times 100. Okay, look, I'm broke. That's the thing. I'm broke.
Okay, so let's actually get into the main aspect of the game. The whole point of this game is that it sort of works like a murder mystery type of thing, where somebody disconnects and everyone else has to figure out who is the real person who made that other person disconnect. If the jury manages to get it all wrong, then they will all also disconnect, except for the murderer, who is freed and released out into the wild. Now, this would be completely out of context unless you were to actually look into the story and lore stuff, which I won't get too much into. In terms of the basic story for the game, we play as a person who's apparently incredibly ordinary, named Makoto Naegi. I mean, Manana Hosaka, who claims to be so unoriginal that everything he likes would be what the general public likes. However, for some reason, he gets nominated by Hope's Peak Academy, one of the best schools on the planet. It turns out he actually was sent there and trapped there forever, with no outside contact, and the only way to get out of the place alive is to, as I've stated before, get away with murder. Now, I'm not going to spoil the whole entire game, especially since all I am doing is just doing research into the game and just learning about its whereabouts. Now, I was going to download the game, but in terms of financial things, I now know that my wallet's empty, and yeah, I can't, I just can't. So I did the logical thing and downloaded the PSP ROM to play on an emulator, but whoopty darn doodle, I ended up getting slapped in the face with Japanese. And guess what I did from there? Watch gameplay footage like an idiot. But hey, at least I know part of the story, but still, I won't spoil too much. So, let's go over what we know so far in the form of fruit. First, we have a bunch of apples and fruits. So if someone were to disconnect, that means one of the fruits would break. But if the murderer isn't caught, then the person graduates and gets to leave the isolated school, most likely to never come back. Now, let's actually, talk about the game. Now, I've never really played or seen a lot of visual novel games, but seeing how the game is, it's actually alright. The art style is very well made, and actually somewhat reminiscent of manga in my opinion. I also really enjoy how the game also tends to be in a 2D art style mixed into a 3D world. It's really something that makes the game special.
The character designs for these individuals are honestly quite unique and have their own individual character traits that make them special. For example, Kitty Cat, Kiono, Kid.
For goodness sake, turn the paper around!
Oh, Kyoto Kirigiri. Wow.
Anyway, as I was saying, Kyoto seems to be the kind of person to have a straight mind and think rationally, being somewhat serious and also trying to rationalize something everyone and their dad would freak out about. Then we got other characters like Kiyotaro Ishimaru. His eyebrows are as big as his flipping forehead, but also manages to be the kind of person who'd be willing to go through above and beyond to do 100 push-ups a day. Hifumi Yamada gives me some fellow gamer vibes, and overall, there have been a huge variety of personalities within each character, making each character with their own special and personality and characteristics and all that other stuff.
Jeez, Kyo, I might as well just stab you then. Let me get my Nerf gun.
Now, let's get into the graphic design. First of all, I really do enjoy the UI. The UI is something that everyone can at least digest and get used to. I also really like the character designs. They make the characters really stand out, and just the overall design of the game looks like a 2D manga, partially brought to life. The art style of this game is really comic-like and friendly, and in fact, most of this game is completely different from its main gameplay. It sort of brings me back to when the game was still in development, in which the game was much more brutal, and might I say dark. The art style and design just really are one-on-one with the actual gameplay of just killing people and figuring out who the murderer is, while also having a sort of pop musician thing, bright, colorful, and friendly. It's like going to a Chuck E. Cheese's and then witnessing somebody die in the restaurant. You never expected an 80-year-old man to die in the restaurant, especially if it was in Disneyland.
Because nobody dies in Disneyland.
But now I need to mention just one very important detail. When the killer or disruptor of peace, as it is known in game, were to be caught, he or she wouldn't be sent to jail. They would be executed. So, why don't we give out a few examples of this kind of action? But in order to do that, I'm gonna need a little bit of help.
Hello, I need some help with the investigations. When did I say go to the laundromat?
Let's start off with one of our, of course, most important and biggest murders in the game. Lean tofu. Oh wait, never mind. I mean, whatever this name on screen says. Our first case begins with the murder case of Sayaka, in which, as we, the player, have to figure out on who did the crime and deserves to be turned into minced meat or butter. In the game, you have to use the environment and the characters as a clue as to who disconnected her from the Minecraft server, interviewing certain people and looking at things like a broken doorknob to figure out the hacker. Okay, just from that alone, I really like where this goes. It quite literally puts you in the shoes of a murder case, with you having to look around and discuss in order to even get a lead in the case. Some of the crucial hints that are given are, but are not limited to, evidence of a struggle in the scene of a crime, a broken bathroom doorknob that was initially locked, and most notably, the dying message. At first, when looking at the blood writing, you might think it's just some weird digit code. However, if you were to simply flip it over... Leon?
I knew that guy was trouble.
How did you know? You didn't even play the game!
Be quiet, I knew.
So, yeah, after connecting the dots, you figure out that it was Leon. He killed Sayaka and made her spill tons of lean everywhere, and thus, Leon is convicted and sent to jail, and lived happily ever after. That's what I would have said if it weren't for what Leon's true sentence will be. We'll get to that later.
Do you want to know what's funny? It's like every time I do one of these investigations or talk, even just one character in the game, I always tend to mispronounce their names. It's funny because it seems like as if I'm doing this on purpose to trigger people and to make people mad and to also have some fun. But you want to know what definitely isn't fun and funny? It is
murder.
Where'd you come from?
None of your business. Let me do the talking for this one.
Okay then. I guess you have the show floor, at least for this segment. I'm still gonna be here for the rest of the video. You're taking over, alright? Where's my Kit Kat?
In this investigation, you're finding the culprit for the murder of Chihiro, one of the characters in this game, by once again investigating and observing the object and environment. We as the player are able to find clues such as a broken e-handbook, and providable clues from the characters in the game, such as Celeste accounts from the murder, along with other items like the locker room dumbbell and some posters. Just like how we would connect the dots from the Leon investigation, we do the same for this one. And after a chilling trial, we come to the conclusion that the murderer is...
Oh wait, I'm supposed to read this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Monda Yoda? What is this, a Star Wars reference?
It's a typo, actually.
Oh, Mondo Wada. Yeah. Strange person thing, floating Discord icon. Thanks for making me not speak for, like, a few seconds.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I don't know what that was about. Did we let him in? Wait, who let them in? Oh.
Okay, so I guess now it's time that after we talked about the trials and the investigations, I think it's about time I go to my favorite part. The executions. No, seriously, somebody gets turned into butter. Honestly, this kind of explains itself. These executions are a huge breakaway from the normal game and really give off a more violent nature compared to all of the pop music and other stuff that goes on. Honestly, I don't even need to tell you why these executions are cool. You just need to look at them for yourself. I mean, like, take a look. He got turned into butter. These executions tend to be violent, while the rest of the game is much more lighthearted. The way these executions are, well, executed, pun intended, are phenomenal and really are something interesting. Now, I know there are other installments to the series, along with mangas, anime, stage plays, Twitter accounts, and other stuff, but I'm not going to cover those. And also, don't take this too seriously, because I haven't actually played the game, and maybe when I do manage to track down a copy of it, or buy it off Steam, I might just give a real review on the game. Who am I kidding? I might have been too lazy to do that anyway.
Anyway, I guess that's pretty much about it for my impressions on Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Wait a minute.
Wait. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So that's where my copy of Breath of the Wild is.
Who are you? Honestly, I don't care who you are. Just please, give me the game. Give me the game, or your brain goes bye-bye. Poor little buddy. Didn't even get the chance. I guess a little bit of blood wouldn't do. Wait a minute. What the heck is this?
Alright guys, thanks for watching my Minecraft review on the new update, and I hope you enjoyed my video. And
Hey, who said you were allowed to record in here? Hey, who let this dude in here?
Oh
Hey,
no.
get back here.